All right, you guys, how you guys doing today? My name is Jonathan Bailey here, and today we are going to talk about how to upsell anybody. It doesn't matter what industry you are in. It doesn't matter what company you're with. If you follow these 12 steps that I've easily laid out for you, you are going to accomplish your goal. Now, I can't promise anything or guarantee anything because that's based off of you, but I can give you a formula that you're able to follow to make it really easy for you to upsell anybody. I mean, there's a thing that's been said about, if you're not selling something, you're being sold something. And so instead of being on the other end, how about you be on the front end of selling something so you're able to generate some additional income as well. As you can tell, my background is 100% different than what it was last time. Right now, we had a professional carpet cleaning company come through, clean all the carpets, so all of our stuff is everywhere in the house. So just bear with me through it all. We're going to get through this presentation. I'm committed to doing this so much that I don't care what's behind me. I wanted to bring you guys great value. But I wanted to tell you a little bit about myself here and why I decided to do this. I've been online for about 15 months now. And one of the crazy things that I keep seeing over and over again is people coming in and then they're leaving within 30, 60, 90 days. And then I got to start talking to my millionaire mentor. And I started asking questions of why people leave this industry so much. And he basically told me the 5 major problems that people aren't focusing on. So therefore, they're not generating any type of money. And so therefore, they leave. And so those 5 major problems is when somebody comes online, they are told by their upline or their sponsor, whoever they are in a traditional multi-level marketing company is, all right, you want to get a list of your friends, all the way down from your cousin to your TT to your auntie to your uncle to your coworker to your mailman. They want you to make a list of everybody. Now that list, it can be sometimes long, sometimes short, but eventually you're gonna run out of what that is called the warm market. Then what do? How do you not harass your friends and family for your business opportunity? That's a major problem because a lot of people still harass their friends and family, and their friends and family don't want to do anything in the business. How do you generate leads is another problem. How to generate leads to your traffic, how do you generate leads to your website or to your article, to your video? That's a problem. How do you close somebody over the phone? That's a major problem. How to upsell somebody? That's another major problem. So these are the basic 5 things that it seems that nobody is focusing on. And so what I decided to do is create 15 different webinars for 15 days straight because I really wanted to get in depth about these 5 problems. Like today, I'm going to talk about how to, I just lost it, there it is, how to upsell anybody at any given time with these 12 steps. So before we get into it, with these steps, are going to come a lot of things that are going to be easy to you, but you want to make sure you just stick with it at all times, because once you do and it become repetition, then it's going to be easier for you to generate additional income. By doing this, you're going to have that life-changing income. Yeah, you may get 500 or not 500, 50 bucks or 100 bucks here and there, but to really have that alternating lifestyle change type of money, you're going to need to upsell somebody and people as they come into your opportunity. And so this is just one of the ways. If you do have any question, feel free to go ahead and put it in the question and answer section on Google Hangout, or if you're watching this on YouTube, I appreciate you guys watching this. If you're watching this on replay, I appreciate you guys as well. So go ahead and put your comments in. I would like it to talk about the topic that's at hand because I want to respect your time and I want to respect my time as well. So let me go ahead and share my screen. I'll go ahead and I will pull it up here for you, and I will get to the questions at the very end. I know my face is really red right now. I am a natural redhead, but like I said, where I'm at, we're doing a lot of stuff around the house, and that's why I'm looking kind of crazy. But let's go ahead and jump right into it here. Let me go ahead and share my screen. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So today we're going to learn the 12 steps to upsell anybody. Now, this is something that we teach on my team, and I just thought that I would put a webinar together to really put out value to the marketplace, because I deserve this information needs to be known by a lot of people so they're able to create the lifestyle that they want. If you want to go ahead and reach me, go ahead and Facebook me at Jonathan or John Bailey Going Places. Or you want to go to my blog, which is consciouscreatorblog.com, or you want to go ahead and Skype me at jonathan.bailey793. You go ahead and reach me in given time. I'm pretty much on social media all the time, unless I'm away from my phone, hanging out with friends and family and things of that nature. So if you stick around to the end of this presentation, what I'm going to give you is a bonus that is worth a lot of money. Is worth $97 just for tuning in. You do not have to purchase anything if you do not want to. So you want to stick around to the very end. So I do want to pre-frame you a little bit. I'm going to use my company's products. Now, I'm not selling you anything, but I still want to use that because it makes the whole presentation a little bit easier here. So let's go ahead and jump right in. The first step is always the hardest step to take. And I love this picture because it shows it, it shows it as a brick wall. Now, we all know that being an entrepreneur, we have to create a door from brick. And some of the hardest things that we have to do is to do that right there. But one of the ways that is holding us back is the fear of rejection. The fear of rejection is way up there on the scale next to death, because we create that our own selves. If we are able to create something, we are able to uncreate it as well. And so, but a lot of people don't even go this far and decides not to do this business because they're afraid of rejection. They're afraid to ask a question, or they might be asked a question they don't know the answer to. I know when I first started, that has me scared. Like, that has me scared not to want to do anything. But I knew if I wanted to make it in this industry, I knew that I needed to get over that. And it wasn't anything but a fear. Some of the best, so I did customer service for a little bit, and one of the best things that they have ever taught me from that aspect was, if you don't know the answer, just write down the question and tell them you're going to get back to them. That's about the best thing that you can do for your, customers, I guess, or prospects. Is you won't know all the answers. You might not know all the answers, but it's okay to tell them you're going to write it down and then go ahead and get back to them as well. And what right do you have to? Oh, sorry, sorry, I messed up a little bit. I was thinking about something at the same time my mouth was going, and so sometimes I mess up, but it's okay. It's human. The first step is always the hardest, and I'm pretty sure you're probably thinking, what right do I have to take their hard-earned money? But if you really think about it, we're always being either sold or we're selling something. Every time you open your mouth at your job, you're selling yourself. Every time you go to the grocery store, they're pretty much sold you something. And so it's a give and take right here. But if you look at it from this perspective of, you know what, I'm doing this for my family, I'm going to make sure that I provide for them, and I'm going to do whatever it takes to do that, this part right here will actually just fall apart, fall apart and fall away, because you're not hurting anybody. As long as you're solving people's problems, and it's equivalent exchange. So in other words, you give something, and in return for what they give to you, then everything's okay. If you have a problem and I solve it, I should be compensated for that, and you should be obliged to do that because they solved the problems. And that is just one of the ways that people start to fall out of this industry. It's because they can't upsell. Another one is they really don't believe that they can really do this, which is strange to me because everything is a learned skill. There's some people that has more charismatic type of attitude, but for the most part, they had to learn it. They had to learn their skill set from somewhere. And so anybody is able to come in this industry and really, upsell people because it's all a learn. Have a script next to you if you have to until you get comfortable with it. But it's always a learned skill. And so one of the first things that you want to do is, after getting trial members in, so whatever your opportunity is, and you want to start building your empire, if you don't personally have the products, or you have not gone through them yourself, you have zero conviction in getting people to buy them from you. And that's why it's so important to be all the way in, emotionally and financially as well. So this is the part where I wanted to talk about, because this is where the most work needs to happen, because 95% of success is all in the mindset. And if you're bringing somebody into your opportunity and they still have the old way of thinking, they're not going to think and not going to do exactly what you tell them to do, because you've already generated money. They just won't do it. And so you're going to need something like this, which is, we call it the inner circle, which is a mindset. So in other words, it shows all of the successful people that are in the company, of what they actually did to generate income, generate leads, generate sales, whatever the case may be. But they all put it in one section, and you're able to go to that section and actually listen to it. That's why listening to this on a daily basis should be a requirement for you, is because the more you have this type of mindset, the more your mind works just like that. And that's why it's very important to have that. Now, once you get people in, you want to become a top producer. Now, these top producers are always sponsoring and selling. That's all they do all day long. Every time they talk to somebody, it's just sponsoring and selling. Now in this model, you want to touch on the beliefs and attitude of people, because a lot of people that are coming in that are thinking from a different perspective are not understanding their beliefs and what's really hindering them from their own success. And you also want to have some type of mechanic and strategies to really show people that they can do it. Something that is not a wishy-washy or what if. It is, if you do this, this will happen. That is a strategy. It's just like generating highly targeted leads. If you do this way, this is your outcome. And that's what a top producer does. You want somebody that is able to sponsor and sell, change their beliefs, have some strategies, and be highly targeted leads as well. Now, once somebody has already had their mindset change, they become a top producer. Now you need to start building your team. You need that sustainability here. And that is where the team building aspect come in. Now, your company should have these things. If they do not have companies, I would really suggest on looking elsewhere, because this is the basic foundation of any business out there. Any business, this is exactly what it is. And in your team building, you need something that says your outcome and teaching system. You need something that is really easy. The core concepts must be understood to build a business. Like, you can't just build a team without understanding the core concepts, right? And you have to understand the law of duplication and the law of momentum. If you don't have any one of these things, then it's going to be very hard for you to sustain, and you're pretty much just going to be a one-person show. You're going to bring people in, then they're going to leave. You're going to bring people in, then you're going to leave. And you're going to work really hard for not a lot of time, freedom. And then once you get that, once you have the mindset, once you're able to sponsor and sell, once you start building your team, now you want to have the massive influence. This is where it takes it to a whole nother level. This is where you're going to start producing your own product, because you have so much data on how to do something like Facebook ads or YouTube ads. You have so much that you decided to put it in a product to really help people out. And that's where this one comes in. I mean, the whole point of being online is to get up to this point and put your own product out there. So that way you will always have additional income coming in. And some of the things when you start to learn how to do that is how to define massive influence. Now, you're probably wondering, like, hey, you know, we already talked about beliefs about people. Yes, we did. But now we're doing it on a whole new level. This is something that's not at level 1. This is at level 5 type of ordeal. You have to understand the way that people think on a different level. And so you need something like this in your back office. And the unconscious phenomenon, which is I really like the best, because it teaches somebody how to not talk to the person, but talk to the listening. So you're pretty much talking to their soul and exactly what they want out of it. And so it's really a phenomenal thing. So you should have all of these 4 products. If you don't have these type of products in your back office for your company, you want to find something that does, because it's really going to help you out a lot. So the big no-go, no, 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 no. You do not want this. So I'm going to use Stacy throughout this presentation as just the name, because it makes it a little bit easier. So Stacy says, yo, John B, how did you get started? Oh, I just got the blog and then mindset training. Okay, I'll just do that then. That right there will never make you any money. So this right here is something that a lot of people do. They will never upgrade to that package, because it might be a little bit, or they might see it out a little bit of their price range at that moment. But what that does is anybody else you bring in that's just going to be at the same level as you. So why are you trying to upsell somebody if you're not there yourself? And if you're not there, then you shouldn't be even trying to do that. And so let's go ahead and get the keys to closing step by step here. I know this will definitely help you, so let's go ahead and really get into it. So step 1, right here, right now, you want to start asking a lot of questions here. This right here will save you a lot of time, because what you really need to be asking them is just, like, all right, Stacy, what type of level of income are you custom making to right now? Are you married? Do you have any kids? Do you have a spouse? Which is spouse and married, the same thing. And I just realized that, but hey, I'm just going to go on. Or, what is your combined income? The whole point of this question right here is to really see if they're even able to afford what you have to offer. Because there's nothing more than somebody that you're trying to upsell that doesn't have any money, that legitimately doesn't have any money. There are some times that people would be like, I just don't have it, or anything like that. And so, there you go. So this will allow you to know if you need to upsell them or not. So step 2, which I call level. What level of income are you looking to make? Now, this is a major one, because a lot of people will say $10,000. They want to make $10,000 a month, but they have never made more than $2,000 a month in their current job. And so what your subconscious will actually do, it will actually kick that idea out automatically. And that is a good reason. There's a good reason why it does that. It's because it has no data to go off of. You can't go from 2,000 all the way to 10,000, because some of the things in between that you're going to have to do are, get maybe 4,000, and then 5,000, and then 7,000, and then 9,000, and then 12,000. But your subconscious mind needs to be, it needs to make it believable. And if you go from 2 to 10, that's a big gap right there. And if you never got any close to that, then your subconscious mind has zero data, and it's just going to laugh at you and then tell you, yeah, right, we're never going to get there. So how about let's do something that's tangible? Let's just get enough to replace your current income, and then scale it up from there. So the third one, so the step 3 in how to upsell somebody is give me an idea of what money, or give me an idea what you want the money for. This right here is a good thing to do, because then they will start spending the money in their minds, and they will also tap into their dreams as well before they even have the money. That's something that is very important. You want to make sure that their vision and their dreams are theirs. And so by asking these questions, all of your focus is nothing but on them. It has nothing to do with you. It's all on them. And that's a good thing. That's where you want it to be. You want to have all of your questions geared towards helping them discover their vision and their passion. And step 4 of how to upsell somebody is most serious, like Kanye West, because, He's always serious about everything. You know. So on this one, you want to kind of ask the question like, so Stacy, on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the most serious, how serious would you say about starting with me right now? And if she says anything under a 10, anything under a 10, it's a no-go. Do not do it. And let me tell you why. If she says, you know what, John, to be honest, I'm an 8. I really don't know if it will truly work, and that's what I'm sticking with. The reason why you should say, okay, I thank you, I appreciate it, but we're not qualified, is because 20% of your thoughts already gone. 20% before you even started. Next week is going to be 40. The week after that, you're going to be gone completely because you already started, you already started underneath 100%, and it's only going to go downhill from that. So step 6. So if they really say, you know what, John, I'm actually a 15. The 3 strongest words you can ever tell them when they say, I'm a 10 or above, you say, oh, really? Tell me why. Tell me why now reconnects them to their vision and to their passion. It has nothing to do with you, and you have to sit there and be quiet. Do not say anything to them. Just say nothing. Let them speak. Even if there's an awkward moment, let it be. Because that is the fastest way for them to start realizing what and this is the fastest way for them to realize what they truly do want within it. And so step 7 on how to upgrade somebody is, just kind of asking them, do you want to get there the fast way or do you want to get there the slow way? Who wants to build a business that is slow? Who wants to decide to, you know what, I'll just wait a year. I'm bored right now, so I'll just wait a year before I want my money. So it's okay, take your time. No, everybody wants it fast, right? And so this is one way that will allow them to see that they need to act with urgency on it. And of course, they're going to say, of course, I want it the fast way. And that's just one of the ways that you can upsell. Now, you guys want to do these in orders 1 through 12. Right now, I'm on 7, but you want to make sure that you do this 1 through 12 here, which will really help. So step 8, I call it the 3,000 days. Because after you ask them, like, okay, do you want it the fast way or the slow way? And well, they're going to say the fast way. You're like, okay. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. They're like, okay, would you be okay with having $3,000 days then? Or do you want to just continue, or do you want to have 50 or 100 days? Like, I think that thing would say, I think that person would say 3,000. Like, who would want 50 or $100 over $3,000 with the same amount of effort in the same day? So in step 8, you want to go ahead and reconnect them. Like in my current company right now, for the highest product level, you do get 3,000. So $3,000 days are much better than $150 days. So of course they're going to say, of course I want $3,000 days. And step 9, and then you turn around and ask them, so Stacy, you tell me that you are 15 and you are prepared to do whatever it takes, right? And of course they're going to say yes. Nobody is going to say no to having $3,000 days. And so that right there just kind of preps them for your next questions. All of these questions give that person an out and you an out, because if they don't resonate on the same level as you, you can always tell them, you know what, I appreciate you taking your time out of your busy schedule, but it looks like we're not a true fit from right here. It's because you don't want to waste your time. This right here is kind of like a job interview. You're interviewing that person to see if you are a true fit with working with that person, because somebody can come into your business and not care about anything in your business. They just wanted to see it, and that's where they left it. So let that person be. So you need to ask these questions. That's why they're so important. And number 10 is, are you going to do it kicking and screaming? I mean, for somebody that has never made any money online and then they come online, a lot of them have pre-notion of, nope, well, I'm gonna do it my way. I'm gonna do it this way. But if you tell them to do something, are they gonna do it kicking and screaming, or are they gonna resent you? And so you need to find out before you really, upsell that person. Because I mean, nobody wants somebody to upsell and then all of a sudden get an angry email saying you made me do it. And so you just need to find out to see if they're going to come kicking and screaming. If you ask this question, then you're going to be able to upsell a lot very quickly. Now, step 11 is making sure when you upsell, you try to go for all of the products, your core products. In my company, we have these 4 products right here that are our basic products that help anybody in any company. It doesn't matter because the formula is all the same. You just have to understand the formula. And this right here is when you're on the phone with that person, you're like, okay, what you need to do is to log into the system, go to the home page, find the button that says upgrade to all the core products, and then have them purchase it. If you do it with you on the phone, your likelihood of them actually doing it is a lot higher. And so you want to make sure you do this as well. It's going to feel a little different when you first do it a couple times, but the more you do it, the better off you will be, because you know that the information is in here is accurate because it has helped you out. So you're not lying, you're not telling them false things. It's actually helping them out. And this is a type of information that can, what I call that forever money. Once you understand it, then you'll be able to go anywhere and build teams and be, a top producer and do a lot of the inner mindset and just influence everybody that's out there. And that's exactly at the end of the day, exactly what we want. So step 12, which is the final one, which you need to make sure you do. I have seen, like, cause some people will do this on videos, like an actual live thing, and they will never do a call to action. And that is some of the worst things that you can do here. So like for me, I would say at the end of it is on Wednesday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I need you to go to this website. Is where we have our team recruiting hangouts, and you will be able to ask any questions that you want, put them in the comment, and they'll go ahead and get answered. Because that's giving them, saying you're not doing it alone. There's a team there that will actually help you, and it's not just you two. There's a massive team. And so by following these 12 steps, it's going to make it so much easier for you to upsell anybody just by using these formulas. So you want to stick with these formulas. And I can't promise or guarantee anything because I don't know you and I don't know your work ethic, and I don't even know if you're going to stick to the formula. But I can say that if you stick to the formula, that upselling will be so much easier, quicker, if you just follow these steps. So at the very beginning, I said that anybody who stayed to the very end is going to get a bonus. And here is the bonus right here. Now, this bonus is something that I personally put together myself. It's called 10 Ways to Jumpstart Your Mind for Success. These audios and these books that are in this free ebook has helped me crack the top 10 in my current company. I've been on the leaderboards. One time I've had 91 generated leads in 48 hours, which got me on the leaderboards. And another time I've generated 124 leads in a 72-hour period. Now this is amazing because I beat out 40,000 other affiliates. And so for me to be on the top 10 is a milestone in my career. And if you just go to 10xyoursuccess.com, you can see it there. So go ahead and do that as soon as possible. So it's 10x-yoursuccess.com. If you want to contact me, if you're interested in jumpstarting your business and growing for your profits, you want to email me at yourfreedomawaits1@gmail.com. You can go ahead and Skype me, Facebook. You can Facebook me at John Bailey Going Places. Send me a private message and then send me a friend request. And for anybody who joins my team today, I am going to give you a free top recruiting training video that's valued at $997 If you just go to yourfreedomawaits.org, go ahead and sign up there. There's a video that you're going to be watching. And once you do that, go ahead and get in, send me a private message, and I'll go ahead and I'll send you the link to it. But this is a link that has made my life so much easier. It has taught me to recruit reps between 6 and 45 minutes. And once you understand that, your life and your business is will just go skyrocket. And so, but you need to go ahead and join me on that one. Go to yourfreedomawaits.org. And don't forget to download my free ebook at 10x-yoursuccess.com. Again, I'm going to go see if there's any questions here right now. So I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing this, and we'll just kind of go from there. Just give me one moment. All right, so it does look like there is a question here. It looks like Jenny asked, what is the difference between upselling and closing? So that's actually a really great question here, because there's only a few things that you would not add on to in closing, which we added on in upselling. So you wouldn't really talk about the products. Pretty much the closing is you would get them to their vision, get them to their passion so they can see it. And then you make sure that you talk about not just your company, but what you have can get them to that opportunity, or get them to their passion, or their, travel, whatever it is that they told you about. So there's really a slight difference between these two. One is a little bit longer when you upsell, because everybody should have the main product. With closing, you pretty much just, connect them to their vision, and then let them know that your opportunity has that vehicle to get them to that. And then once you do that, you send them the link, and then you back out, and then you get unemotional about it, and you just go on in life, or go on in business. You keep going and things like that. So that was about the only question here. I do appreciate you guys. If you're watching this on replay again, I thank you very much. I appreciate it. And tomorrow is day 10 of my 15 days. I'm really excited for it. Tomorrow's going to be a really good one. So you guys got to stay tuned if you're on my email list. Thank you for watching this as well. There should be a link below with all the information here. So, all right, you guys, I'll see you later, and I'll see you tomorrow morning at 11 o'clock Pacific Standard Time.